Today we're going to go over the cost of credit. What is credit and different ways that we can go ahead and use credit. Credit. Credit is money that you borrow based on the expectation that you will repay that amount in the future with added fees and or interest. So the interest associated with credit refers to the charge for the privilege of borrowing the money. So interest with credit is more money you have to pay back. So slightly, we calculate it the same as interest in a savings account, but credit, you now owe your creditor that interest or fee back for that. So if you borrow $1,000 and there's $100 in interest on there, you now owe $1,100 back to the creditor. That is the price that you pay in order for the privilege of borrowing that money originally. So if this is the money you borrow, this would be the money you pay back. Some common forms of credit are credit cards. These are issued by a bank or a business with a credit limit, which sets the maximum amount a person can purchase with the card. So if I have a credit card and the credit limit is $1,000, I cannot use the credit card for more than $1,000. Credit cards also will have a minimum payment. This is the smallest amount that you should pay on the balance to avoid a late fee and maintain good credit. So your minimum payment, you're going to get a balance statement every month. It's going to say, hey, how much that you've borrowed against this credit card. And your minimum payment is the smallest amount that you should pay so you do not get a late fee. However, if you do not pay off that entire balance when you get the bill, there is an interest charge, and that interest is going to be charged on any monthly balance that is not paid off. So if you just make the minimum payment and you have extra money still on the balance of that card, you will be charged interest on those balances that are not paid off every month. Another form of credit would be personal loans or just loans in general. These allow borrowers to make larger purchases. Usually they have a fixed term, so they have a fixed time. So, because term means a length of time, that the borrower will have to repay the loan. So some examples of a personal loan or just a regular loan. So you have a car loan, right? A car loan, you're going to get a loan from the bank to buy a car. You normally have a fixed interest rate, and you'll have, a car loan will be at like a 5-year or 7-year. So that'll be a fixed term also. So term is the length of time. You can also get a personal loan from a bank. So personal loan, maybe I don't have enough money to put a pool in my backyard. I go to the bank and say, hey, I need a personal loan. Personal loan, you're normally going to have a little bit higher interest rate and maybe for a shorter amount of time. But I'm going to have a set interest rate, and I'm going to go ahead and have however many years it'll take me to pay back that loan with interest. House payment is another loan. So a house payment loan or a loan for a house, that's called a mortgage. So if you're not renting your house and you own your house, chances are you will probably have to pay the bank a mortgage, and your mortgage is going to be the loan you got from the bank to buy the house. So the bank is going to hold the title to the house with the mortgage until you have the mortgage paid off, normally 15 to 30 years for a house loan. And once that's paid off, then you completely own the house and you owe no mortgage for your house, so the bank can't come and say, hey, you still owe us money for the house. And the last one we're going to go over is easy access loans. So these typically have a very short term and high interest rate loans. So they're generally the quickest way to access funds when necessary. So maybe you need to go get a loan super quick because your car engine broke down and it's the only car you have and you need to go ahead and get the engine fixed and you don't have a credit card to use. So there are times where these can be used as long as you understand they are very short term, so it might only be for 6 months or shorter, could be up to a year, but they're normally very short with a high interest rate. So because they're easy to get, they're quick, and they're short term, you are going to pay a higher interest rate back to whoever you got the loan from.